People say the forest is quiet at night. That's a lie. The forest is listening. And when I went camping alone last summer, I realized something terrifying. I wasn't being hunted. I was being studied. I went camping in a remote forest park, the kind of place you see on a postcard, but never actually visit. No cell signal, no nearby campsites, just trees stretching forever in every direction. I wanted silence. At least, that's what I told myself. I needed a break from the noise, the city, the constant connection to everything. I wanted to be truly alone. Before I drove down the long dirt road to the trailhead, a park ranger stopped me. He was old, with a face like a weathered map of the very forest he protected. He looked at my single backpack and my solo hiking plan. He didn't try to stop me, but he gave me a piece of advice that I brushed off as local folklore. If you hear footsteps at night, he said, his voice low and serious, don't call out. I just smiled and nodded, maybe even laughed a little. That was my first mistake. Of course, I thought, why would I call out to a stranger in the middle of nowhere? His warning felt like a cliché from a bad horror movie, something to tell the city folk to spook them. I thanked him and headed into the woods, feeling confident and completely oblivious. The first night was calm, almost too calm. The kind of silence that's so deep it feels unnatural. There were no crickets, no rustling of small animals, no wind whispering through the leaves. It was just dead air. I made a small fire, ate my dehydrated meal, and settled into my tent, feeling a profound sense of peace. I was wrong. I woke up suddenly. My watch read 1:12 a.m. I wasn't sure what woke me, but then I heard it. Footsteps. Slow. Heavy. This wasn't the random crunching of leaves from a deer or a bear. Each step was measured, deliberate, like someone was trying not to be heard but failing. My heart started pounding against my ribs. I remembered the ranger's warning, but my own stupid curiosity took over. I sat up and whispered, "Hello?" The footsteps stopped instantly. The silence that followed was 1,000 times more terrifying than the sound had been. That's when I realized they weren't just passing by. They were reacting to me. They had heard me, and now they knew I was awake. I stayed inside my tent, frozen, barely daring to breathe. My ears strained, trying to catch any sound, any sign of what was out there. Minutes stretched into an eternity. Then I heard something else. Breathing. It wasn't the panting of an animal. It was slow, ragged, almost human, and it was right outside the thin nylon wall of my tent. I could see a shadow blocking the faint moonlight filtering through the fabric. It was tall, impossibly so, and unnervingly still. Whoever or whatever it was stood there for what felt like an hour, not moving, not making a sound other than that quiet, unsettling breathing. It was like it was waiting for something, waiting for me to make another move, another sound. I wanted to scream, to run, but my body wouldn't obey. I was trapped, a specimen under observation. Suddenly, it walked away. The relief that washed over me was so intense, I nearly passed out. But it was short-lived. The footsteps didn't fade into the distance. They circled my tent. Slowly, methodically, over and over again. A perimeter check, then a voice spoke. It was a horrible, grating sound. It wasn't quite human. It was distorted, like it was learning how to form words for the first time, mimicking a sound it had heard before. It said my name. A cold dread, sharper than any fear I'd ever known, seized me. I never told anyone where I was camping. Not a soul knew this exact spot. My blood ran cold. Then the voice spoke again, closer this time, right by my head. "You're awake now." The words were a statement, not a question. An observation. I don't know what came over me, panic rage, a desperate survival instinct. I grabbed my heavy-duty flashlight, zipped open the tent, and burst out, screaming. There was nothing there. The small clearing was empty. No footprints in the soft earth where they should have been. No movement in the trees. The air was still and silent once more. It was as if nothing had happened. Was I losing my mind? Then my flashlight beam caught something on the trunk of a massive oak tree nearby. fresh marks. Te were tall vertical scratches, gouged deep into the bark, higher than any human could possibly reach. And beneath them, written crudely, scraped into the wood with what looked like a sharp rock, were 5 words. We don't like sleepers. I left before the sun even thought about rising. I packed my gear in a frantic, clumsy rush, not caring what I broke or left behind. I never looked back. I practically ran the entire way to my car, but sometimes, even now, when I try to camp again in a place I think is safe, I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear footsteps, not outside my tent, but inside my head, and a familiar, gravelly voice whispering in my ear, "You're awake again." Thanks for listening. If you liked this story, don't forget to follow for more.